Out of nowhere, Camron caused a massive stir across the internet by sharing a private video of Jim Jones. What should have remained behind closed doors was suddenly everywhere, spreading like wildfire across social media platforms. It didn't take long for fans, fellow artists, and industry insiders to react, and their reactions were intense. The footage showed Jim in a deeply emotional and revealing situation, and it quickly shook the entire hip-hop community. But the biggest question wasn't just about what the video showed, it was about why Camron released it in the first place. People started asking, was this a slip-up, or did Camron have a hidden agenda? Was he trying to destroy Jim's name on purpose? As the video made its rounds, Jim found himself in the middle of a personal and professional nightmare. He scrambled to speak up, trying to explain his side, but the damage was already done. This wasn't just about a clip going viral. This was about trust being broken in the worst way. Chrissy Lampkin, Jim's longtime partner, wasn't having it. She came out swinging, slamming Camron for crossing a serious line. She didn't mince words, this was betrayal, and she was ready to fight back. People were left wondering, was this a personal attack? Was it about old drama, finally bubbling to the surface? Or was there something else happening behind the scenes? Whatever the case, things were spiraling fast, and it was just the beginning. Right after the footage hit the internet, fans were shocked. It was all over Instagram, X, TikTok, you name it. Within hours, the topic was trending, and everyone in hip-hop was talking. Camron, known for being unpredictable, had outdone himself this time. No one expected him to cross such a serious line. Jim Jones has always had a solid reputation in the music scene. He's respected by his peers and has built a career on staying true to himself. But now, with this scandal, everything he's worked for was under threat. The video was raw. There was no filter, no editing, just a deeply personal moment that was never meant to be seen by the public. In it, Jim was caught in what looked like a sensitive encounter with someone whose identity remains unknown. Immediately, people started guessing who the other person in the video was. But that wasn't even the biggest concern. What shocked everyone was how different Jim seemed. He was vulnerable, not the confident, in control figure fans are used to. That left many wondering if the whole thing was taken out of context, or worse, if Camron had set him up deliberately. As speculation grew, different theories began popping up. Some thought this was revenge, that maybe Camron had been holding a grudge and this was his way of getting even. Others believed it might have been an attempt to shake things up and grab attention at Jim's expense. Reactions were mixed. Some fans felt disappointed and heartbroken. Others just couldn't believe Camron would air something so personal. For years, Jim had kept his private life out of the spotlight. Now it was on full display, and not by choice. Chrissy wasn't quiet about how she felt. If anything, she became the face of the backlash. Known for being fiercely loyal, she quickly addressed the situation on her social media, especially Instagram. Her message was loud and clear. You stabbed us in the back. This can't be fixed. You crossed the line, Camron. Her comment section exploded. Supporters flooded her page with encouragement, praising her strength. But not everyone was on her side. Some people began questioning whether she was hiding something herself. A few even hinted at a deeper connection between her and Camron, throwing out wild ideas that nobody expected. While Chrissy was openly fuming, Jim was more reserved. He didn't directly speak on the clip, but instead dropped short, vague tweets like, "Everything isn't what it looks like. Don't rush to judge." But those few words weren't enough to calm things down. The clip had already been seen by millions. Opinions had already been formed. Behind the scenes, people close to Jim said he was furious. The betrayal cut deep. He and Camron had been close for years like brothers. There had been whispers in the past that things between them weren't perfect, but no one thought it would get this ugly. Some insiders shared that Camron had been feeling resentment for a while. Whether it was jealousy, ego, or something else, they claimed he'd been waiting for the right moment to strike. Releasing the video might have been his way of taking control of the story on his own terms. As Jim tried to figure out his next move, fans kept debating. Was this all staged to grab headlines? Some thought the entire drama was just for clout, a way to boost attention for both of them. But others believed it ran much deeper than that. This felt personal. Then, Camron stirred the pot again. He posted a mysterious message to Instagram. The truth always comes to the surface. He didn't confirm or deny anything. Still, the timing said everything. The post lit a fire online. People flooded the comments, some outraged, others defending him. Many blasted Camron for using something so private as a weapon. Others believed there was more to the story than people knew. Maybe Jim had done something behind the scenes that pushed Camron to act. The video wasn't just a one-time shock. It kept growing. Media outlets picked it up, podcasts discussed it, and interviews were booked. Jim and Camron were at the center of a public storm that only seemed to get worse. Jim wasn't just worried about public embarrassment. This controversy could change everything: his future, his image, his role in hip-hop. His name was being dragged through the mud, and every second that passed made it harder to clean it up. Meanwhile, Chrissy kept going. She shared more posts, more messages, making it known that this would not be swept under the rug. She demanded answers. She asked Camron directly, "Why would you do this? Why now?" Her anger was fierce, and it struck a chord with people. The pressure on Camron was building. Fans, friends, and even other artists started to weigh in. What were his reasons? Was this about business? Or was it payback? The line between personal and public was now completely blurred. Every day brought a new twist. Online, people chose sides. Some were firmly in Jim's corner, saying he didn't deserve this kind of exposure. Others pointed to things Jim had done in the past and suggested this might be karma catching up to him. Through it all, Chrissy remained vocal and visible. She became a symbol of standing by your partner during chaos. Even people who didn't know much about her started to admire how she handled the situation. The longer this played out, the more it seemed like this wasn't just a bump in the road. This was a turning point. Could Jim and Camron ever fix what had been broken? Or was this the final chapter in a long, complicated friendship? As more time passed, things didn't die down, they got louder. Camron, never one to stay quiet, kept adding fuel to the fire. He dropped more cryptic messages online, each one stirring up more speculation. One post said, "The truth hurts, but it sets you free," paired with a black and white photo of him looking away from the camera. Another read, "Just because someone smiles with you doesn't mean they're on your side." Every word felt aimed at someone. Fans guessed it was about Jim, but he never said names. Comment sections filled with debates. People tried to read between the lines. Some said Camron was just trying to save face. Others thought he was still trying to reveal something more damaging. Meanwhile, Jim kept things low-key. In a few short interviews, he tried to downplay the clip. He called it a misunderstanding and begged fans not to jump to conclusions. He explained that people were seeing only one moment and not the full picture. But many weren't buying it. To some, it looked like damage control. They felt that if the video really wasn't a big deal, he wouldn't be so quick to speak vaguely. Still, Jim held his position and asked for understanding. Yet, the divide among fans grew. Some respected Jim's attempt to clear things up. Others weren't ready to forgive or forget. And as things kept moving forward, more voices joined the conversation. Artists from different circles started giving their take. Some defended Jim, saying that privacy should be respected no matter what. Others kept it real, saying when you live in the spotlight, stuff like this comes with the territory. As the situation kept evolving, one thing became clear. This wasn't going away anytime soon. For now, the story is still unfolding. Camron hasn't officially confessed to leaking the video, but the signs all point to him. Jim is doing his best to hold things together. Chrissy is still fighting for respect and answers. And fans? They're watching every move. And there you have it, one of the wildest and most personal dramas we've seen in a long time. Camron dropping that clip of Jim Jones didn't just shock fans, it opened a door that may never be closed again. Whether it was about revenge, clout, or something deeper, we may never know the full truth. But what we do know is this: the line between loyalty and betrayal has never been thinner. Chrissy Lampkin stood tall through it all, fiercely defending her man and calling out the betrayal without holding back. Jim Jones tried to keep his cool, but the emotional toll was written all over his face. And as for Camron, he's still talking in circles, dropping cryptic posts, and refusing to take real accountability. Now, we're left wondering, was this the end of Jim and Camron's brotherhood? Or just the beginning of a much darker feud? What do you think? Did Camron cross the line? Or was Jim hiding something we haven't seen yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. You know we read everything, and your take might just end up in the next video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of hip-hop's biggest scandals, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Because trust me, this isn't the last we'll hear of this drama. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes open, stay real, and don't believe everything you see online. Catch you in the next one.